$210 million in the bank. Max Verstappen could buy his Monaco penthouse tomorrow, but he refuses. Instead, he pays $500,000 a year in rent. That single choice shows how billionaires really think about money. At just 27 years old, he owns a $75 million private jet that can fly 12,000 kilometers non-stop. His $3.5 million Aston Martin Valkyrie is one of only 150 in the world. Yet in his garage, his first car still sits, a yellow Renault Clio worth $30,000. He never sold it. Between 2019 and 2025, his net worth grew by $148 million, faster than most Wall Street executives. He's won 4 world championships, earns $80 million a year, and holds a contract clause that lets him walk away if Red Bull slows down by 2026. New F1 rules arrive. Mercedes is waiting. Ferrari is watching. And Max holds a $275 million deal with full exit power. One bad season could start the biggest driver move in F1 history. In this video, we'll break down the jet, the supercars, the Monaco strategy, the racing team, and the endorsement empire that turned a teen driver into a $210 million mastermind. Max Verstappen earns about $80 million every year. That includes a $65 million base salary from Red Bull and another $15 to $20 million in performance bonuses. Every win, pole position, and championship adds more to his total. Every race is tracked, and every result is paid for. Most F1 drivers make between $1 million and $10 million per year. Max's yearly income alone beats what half the entire grid earns combined. He's working in a different league altogether. His 7-year deal with Red Bull runs through 2028. It guarantees about $275 million, not including bonuses, the largest contract in F1 history. Between 2019 and 2025, his net worth jumped from $62 million to over $210 million, a $148 million rise in just 6 years. For comparison, Lewis Hamilton makes around $55 million, and Charles Leclerc about $35 million. Max isn't just ahead, he's redefining how much a driver can earn in modern Formula One. But the money is only one side of the deal. Because hidden inside that contract is something much more powerful. A clause that gives Max Verstappen what most drivers never get: total control. Max Verstappen's contract comes with a rare power move, a performance-based exit clause. If Red Bull's car drops below a set performance level, he can end the deal anytime. No penalty, no waiting period, just freedom. Most F1 drivers stay locked into contracts no matter how their teams perform. But Max changed that rule. He stays only if Red Bull keeps delivering. If they fall behind, he can walk away. In 2026, Formula One will roll out new technical regulations. Engines will change. Aerodynamics will reset. It's a full restart for every team. And that's where this clause could shift the sports balance. Mercedes has already marked Max as their top target. Ferrari is watching every move. If Red Bull slows down, Max has all the leverage. Even Red Bull's boss, Christian Horner, called it a dangerous but necessary deal, the price of keeping a 4-time world champion. But leverage only works if you have real options. And Max started building those options early. At 18 years old, when he bought the first car in what became his $8 million collection. After his first F1 victory in 2016, Max Verstappen was just 18 years old. Most teens buy a used car. Max bought a Porsche 911 GT3 RS worth about $188,000. That single purchase started something much bigger. His garage isn't built for showing off. Each car marks a moment, a win, a title, or a goal achieved. It's not random spending. It's a collection of milestones that also gains value over time. Today, his lineup is one of the most exclusive in sports. He owns an Aston Martin Valkyrie worth about $3.5 million. Only 150 exist worldwide. A Ferrari Monza SP2, valued near $1.8 million, built without a windscreen. A Ferrari SF90 Stradale worth about $500,000. 3 Aston Martins, 1 Mercedes AMG, and a Honda NSX gifted by Honda. Together, his cars are worth over $8 million. The Valkyrie's design came from Adrian Newey, the same engineer behind Max's Red Bull F1 car. To him, every vehicle is an engineering story, not a trophy. But when your collection hits 8 figures, driving them all isn't practical anymore. That's why Max Verstappen took his speed obsession to the sky and spent $75 million on a jet that can cross continents non-stop. In 2020, Max Verstappen bought a Dassault Falcon 900EX for about $15 million from Richard Branson's Virgin Galactic. 5 years later, he upgraded his new jet. The Dassault Falcon 8X costs around $75 million. When you race in 24 countries a year, attend global sponsor events, and manage business projects on multiple continents, commercial flights stop making sense. For him, time is worth more than the ticket cost. The Falcon 8X can seat 16 passengers and fly nearly 12,000 kilometers non-stop. It's equipped with the Falcon Eye system for better night and weather visibility. On the outside, it's matte black and orange, the same as his Red Bull colors. Inside, the layout is custom built for work, rest, and travel. A moving office in the sky. Even the paint job turns the jet into a flying Red Bull ad, allowing it to be counted as a business expense. It looks like luxury, but it's also strategy. Wealth managed through smart accounting. Still, owning a jet isn't cheap. Maintenance, pilots, and fuel add up fast. That's why where Max chooses to live says more about his financial discipline than any car or plane ever could. Max Verstappen lives in Fontvieille, Monaco, one of the most expensive areas in one of the wealthiest cities on Earth. His penthouse is valued at about $17.4 million. His neighbors include Lewis Hamilton, Lando Norris, and Daniel Ricciardo. But here's the twist. Max doesn't own it. He rents it for around $500,000 to $1 million a year. Most people think the rich buy everything they live in. Max does the opposite. He chooses flexibility over ownership. By renting, he keeps his cash free for investments that actually grow. And in Monaco, there's zero income tax, saving him millions every year. The penthouse itself is far from basic. A balcony gym with Mediterranean views, a private simulator room, and direct elevator access. It's comfort built for focus, not display. Even Warren Buffett follows the same rule. Rent office space, keep the capital liquid, because cash flow beats ego every time. But Monaco is just where Max sleeps. His real wealth strategy lives elsewhere. In the Netherlands, where he's quietly building a real estate portfolio most people don't even know exists. While Max Verstappen rents in Monaco, he quietly owns multiple properties across the Dutch countryside. The exact locations are private, but the strategy is easy to see. He lives tax-free in Monaco while building equity back home in the Netherlands. His plan is simple: let real estate grow while he races. When his career slows down, those assets stay and keep earning. That's not short-term spending. That's long-term wealth construction. Dutch property values have risen steadily for more than a decade. Max bought his houses and land during market dips, not peaks. So while he focuses on Formula One, his investments quietly grow in value. As his brand expands worldwide, his properties keep compounding in worth. No extra work needed. It's the same mindset that separates builders from spenders. Michael Schumacher made over $1 billion in his career, but spent most of it. Max is doing the opposite, creating systems that make money beyond racing. And one of those systems might be his smartest move yet: a GT3 racing team that builds his brand and legacy, even when he's not driving. In 2022, Max Verstappen launched Verstappen.com Racing, his own GT3 racing team. The team competes in the GT World Challenge Endurance Cup. By 2025, it had already won the Gold Championship, taking first place at the Spa 24 Hours. Most F1 drivers only focus on their own careers. Max is building something bigger, a structure that lasts. When he retires, Verstappen.com will keep racing, growing, and earning. The team cars are Aston Martin Vantage GT3s. Its drivers include Thierry Vermeulen, Chris Lulam, and Harry King. They've earned podium finishes at Paul Ricard, Monza, and Barcelona. The team's annual cost runs into the millions, but Max isn't chasing short-term profit. He's building brand equity, value that grows with every race. He's also learning how to manage teams and operations himself. Verstappen.com. Racing is his training ground for a possible F1 team ownership future. He's not just a driver anymore, he's a business architect. But racing teams alone don't pay the bills. That's where his endorsement empire comes in, bringing in over $10 million a year while keeping his brand at full speed. Max Verstappen earns between $5 and $10 million a year from endorsements. But unlike many athletes, he's selective about what he promotes. He partners only with brands that fit his real lifestyle, not just his image. His list includes EA Sports, Heineken, TAG Heuer, AlphaTauri, and Viaplay. Every deal connects directly to his world of racing. He doesn't promote what he doesn't use. He plays F1 games from EA for fun. He drinks Heineken at F1 events he already attends. It's not about quantity, it's about efficiency. While Lewis Hamilton earns around $10 to $15 million from sponsorships, Max is catching up fast. His value grows every year as he wins more titles and gains global attention across Europe, Asia, and North America. Each deal adds not just money, but market power. It's the same long-term model that Michael Jordan used with Nike. Few deals, but each one built to last. Max is quietly turning endorsements into equity, setting himself up for decades of growth. Still, these partnerships are passive income, money made while he sleeps. His next income stream is far more hands-on. Esports and sim racing, where he actually competes, wins, and gets paid. Max Verstappen owns part of Team Redline, one of the world's top esports racing teams. Inside his Monaco penthouse, he has a $35,000 sim racing setup, complete with motion platforms, triple monitors, and pro-level pedals and steering wheel. This isn't a toy or a pastime, it's training. The same focus and reaction drills he uses in real F1 races. During the off-season, Max keeps his reflexes, timing, and race instincts sharp through virtual competitions. He even takes part in 24-hour endurance sim races. That's how seriously he treats practice. He also streams live on Twitch. No script, no PR control, just raw racing and real banter. From prize money, sponsorships, and streaming income, he earns a steady side revenue. But the real gain is authenticity. Fans see the same Max they do on the track. Focused, funny, and brutally competitive. He's even won iRacing World Championship events, beating full-time professional sim racers. He's not dabbling, he's dominating in two worlds at once. But when Max finally unplugs from racing, real or virtual, he doesn't stay still for long. He escapes to the Mediterranean, riding his custom jet ski near the yacht no one talks about. Max Verstappen owns a Red Bull branded jet ski worth around $20,000. He also has access to a private super yacht marked with a lion emblem. A nod to his racing nickname, the yacht can cruise at 25 knots, built for quiet getaways along the Mediterranean coast. For someone who travels more than 300 days a year, these escapes matter. He spends time between St. Bart's, Miami Beach, and the Mediterranean, often joined by Kelly Piquet and her daughter Penelope. That's his reset zone, far from cameras and circuits. Back home, his world is smaller but personal. He owns two Bengal cats, Jimmy and Sassy, worth about $3,000 each. Fans joke they're named after Lewis Hamilton and Toto Wolff. The cats even have their own Instagram followers and show up on Max's Twitch streams. Even with a $75 million jet and an $8 million car collection, Max stays surprisingly frugal. He doesn't chase status. He builds systems that work for him. To him, wealth is about freedom, not flash. But every system he's built, every car, plane, and home, depends on one thing: the 2026 F1 regulation changes that could end Red Bull's dominance. And activate his exit clause, Max Verstappen built a $210 million empire by age 27. But the real genius isn't the money, it's the structure behind it. His jet counts as a tax-deductible business asset. His Aston Martin Valkyrie gains value because only 150 exist. His Monaco penthouse? Rented, not bought, keeping his cash free to grow. Most athletes spend fortunes on things that lose value. Max builds systems that earn while he sleeps. A GT3 team, real estate holdings, esports equity, and brand deals that expand quietly. Every move shows discipline over ego. Lewis Hamilton is 40 and still racing. No empire waiting. Fernando Alonso, 43, still depends on contracts. Even Michael Schumacher made $1 billion, but left no lasting structure. Max learned from all of them. At 40,000 feet, he looks out his jet window. Europe below, 4 championships behind, and $275 million guaranteed ahead around him. An empire that runs without him. He still rents in Monaco. He still keeps that yellow Renault Clio. Because Max Verstappen didn't just build wealth, he built a machine that runs itself. The real question isn't who's the richest driver, it's who's the smartest. Max Verstappen's $75 million jet, $8 million car collection, and $17.4 million Monaco penthouse show billionaire level success. But his true strength is discipline, not spending. Every asset he owns has a purpose. Every investment grows quietly while he races. At just 27, he's already built generational wealth. His GT3 team, real estate, and esports stakes all earn money without him being there. That's not luck. That's empire building. If this story changed how you see wealth and control, hit subscribe smash like for more deep dives into how the world's richest athletes build lasting power. Turn on notifications because we're tracking every move. Now your turn. Is Max the smartest F1 driver ever, or just the luckiest? If you made $80 million a year, what would you build? Drop your answer below, and see you next time.